Hawaii. Pineapples, beaches, aloha, our paradise island. A sweet escape. But is it really? This beautiful island, our 50th state, is a place most of us associate with peace, love, and joy. But for the natives of the land, the reality is much darker. The American government didn't just simply adopt Hawaii as their 50th state. They colonized it, erasing native culture, even erasing their language. Did you know that Hawaiian was banned in schools? Auntie Connie, a native of this land, lived this reality.
When I was growing up, that was the time that the language was not allowed at all. When I was in school, you wasn't allowed to speak or learn it. They never taught it, they never nothing.
And this wasn't a thing of the past. This is here and now. Hawaiian is still to this day not offered as a language in public schools. One of my friend's schools offered Spanish, French, Japanese, and even Chinese, but not the language of the land. As bad as this sounds, this is barely scratching the surface. Killing the language is nothing compared to how the natives are being pushed off of their own lands. In recent years, you may have seen campaigns urging people not to visit Hawaii, with the message that the natives don't want tourism. But it's more nuanced than that. It's not about tourists visiting the land. It's about what happens next.
It's the fact that when they come here, they don't leave. You know, a lot of them come here, they see how nice it is, they see they can afford it, and they're like, oh, let's just go ahead and move. You know, let's just go stay there. Because they get so much more, you know, they wind up pushing the Hawaiian people away. So, you know, there's only certain areas where you see the Hawaiian people. They are the ones struggling because they have to do more than anybody, you know, to get anything.
What we're seeing is both colonization and modern gentrification intertwined. Colonization took the land from the natives. Now gentrification is deepening the legacy, pricing them out, diminishing their access, and leaving them to struggle on the very land that's supposed to be theirs.
We enjoy our home, the freedom to go to where we want to go, you know, not go to a beach or go to somewhere and next thing we know that we can't go there no more because those people they bought that place, they bought that land, and we're not allowed on it anymore. So, because that's what's happening, is people come, they stay, they take over the land, you know, they buy the land and then they restrict it. You know, they restrict the beaches, they restrict this, it's private property, don't go on there, don't do this, don't do. And you know, and locals, they believe in sharing pretty much. So they share everything. And when you come here and you restrict us, sorry.
But how can the US government just do that? There's no way. I mean, in today's day and age, the natives of the land must be getting something, right? You would think, but
you don't automatically get anything just for being from here, lived here all your life, you know, stuff like that. You don't automatically get nothing. I mean, I know like other cultures that do get something, you know, but we don't get anything. We get, you know, we got to go through all these paperwork, talk to all these people, we got to prove that we're this and that. Even the locals, Hawaiians, they got to prove that they're Hawaiian. They have it now, even now. You have to prove that you're Hawaiian.
For what?
For anything, even, I hate to say it, but yeah, even the Hawaiian homeland. You have to literally go back your generations, find your genealogy to get approved for Hawaiian homeland.
What is
Hawaiian homeland?
Hawaiian homeland.
Hawaiian homelands.
Hawaiian homelands.
Hawaiian homelands? In 1920, the US Congress enacted the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act, setting aside about 200,000 acres of land that once belonged to the Kingdom of Hawaii, with the stated aim of returning it back to the native Hawaiians. Eligibility required at least 50% Hawaiian ancestry. But in reality, this system is nothing more than an illusion. They never truly intended to return that land back. It's been over a century, yet countless native families are still waiting for this promised land because the system is deliberately filled with so many hurdles.
You have to prove that you're Hawaiian. Because like my mom was adopted. She has papers that say she was adopted, but it doesn't have anything that says who she was adopted from. You know, who was her original parents. Yeah, there's no way to prove other than the paper they have. There's there's no birth records or anything for my mom, my very own mom. Yeah. Well, like for me, there is a thing that when I was born, I was one last name. So then my mom and my dad got married, so they changed my last name. So a certain place wouldn't take my birth certificate because of that. So it doesn't prove that I'm got the Hawaiian, even though that's my mom. But because my dad's, I was a different name at birth, they want my original birth certificate. And the only way I can get that is my mom has to ask for it. And so the place that I'm talking about would not accept my birth certificate. It's designed to make us fail, actually. Literally, that's the way I'm looking at it. It's designed to make us fail.
The blood quantum in itself is a broken system, because how you tell people they're not Hawaiian enough to have the land that were supposed to be given to us by the American government.
To truly grasp how broken the system is, you need to meet the people who are living it every day. This is Timo, the son of Auntie Connie. As you can see, he's in a hospital bed. This is his story.
We were out celebrating our friend's birthday, and just having fun, jumping off the boat, having some drinks, smoking a little bit, and then I decided that I could jump in this shallow part of where we were at, and ended up breaking my neck on the slab.
After he got checked out by the doctors, they had said that it looked like a bomb had gone off from the inside of his neck. It was just completely shattered and gone 360 all out everywhere.
The accident happened at the end of 2024, meaning Timo has been on this long, uncertain journey just to regain basic movement.
For the first few days, he was straight in a coma. And then even after he had initially awakened, he couldn't move at all whatsoever, and he couldn't even talk. It's essentially just like a prisoner in his own body. Seeing my friend, who every day before that I'd been swimming in the ocean with, just essentially trapped in that bed. It's a very big change to the person that I know and love.
I was supposed to try and do like a belly flop, but I guess I went head first instead. But it was a choice I made, and now I have to live with it.
This is the same guy who was once known as the king of the wall. He was always in the water, out in the sun, chilling with friends. And now he's been stuck in this dark hospital room, imprisoned by his own limitations for the past year and a half. But wait, don't Hawaiians really value family? Why doesn't he just go home?
Right now, I'm still in the hospital because I have no home to go to right now, because there's no place for me to take all my medical equipment, and I don't have a home right now.
And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it does. Because 4 months after Timo's accident, Auntie Connie, his mother, and the only real support that he has, gets hit by a truck.
I was crossing the street. It was raining, and stuff like that. So I looked, I didn't see nobody, so I started crossing the street. When I got to the middle of the road, there was a truck right here, and he hit me on the left side. So I fell. I didn't hit my head, but I did get hurt. I cracked 3 ribs. I kind of remember only the fact that I was in pain. I couldn't move. My friends had to help me get up because I could hardly get up, and then I could hardly breathe. And they took me to the hospital. And yeah, that's pretty much basically what it was. I was there at the hospital. They told me I had the cracked ribs. And then they sent me home. When it first happened, I could hardly breathe. I couldn't lift up my arms. I couldn't, reach for stuff like that. Everything on this side. I couldn't reach for things, couldn't lift things up.
What's crazy is that even though Auntie Connie is reliving how she literally got hit by a truck, she tells the story with this strange casualness, as if the weight of her own personal accident is nothing compared to the pain of not being able to bring her son home.
It hurts a lot. I really would love to take him home.
And why can't you take him?
Because I don't have a home. I don't have a home right now. Not where I can bring him. Right now I'm staying with my cousin. So, and she already has I make the 10th person in her house. She has a 3 bedroom, but still I sleep on the couch, and I just get to where I want to be. I want to be with my son. Transportation wise, because I don't have a car.
You don't have a car?
No, so everything is bus. So transportation, being that if I wasn't here in Waikiki, I would be in Ella Beach, so it's a little harder to get from there to there. And now that I only work 3 days, it's going to be a little easier to go see him. But yeah, the days that I do work, because if I could, I'd go see him every day.
So now they're dealing with two separate but very serious accidents: homelessness, no transportation, and only one part-time income to support it all. This story is so heartbreaking because yes, accidents happen, but to have everything stacked against you, no support from the very government you pay taxes to, the same government that seized your land, it's a betrayal beyond words. To be homeless on your homeland, that's a cruel injustice, but unfortunately, the reality. These are the very lands that their ancestors cherished, cultivated, and turned into the paradise we know today. These lands should have been passed down to them, and instead they were stolen. Some were turned into luxury resorts for tourists, and others into a military base that restricts access and pollutes the lands. America often portrays Hawaii as a project it came in to fix, as if only through its intervention was Hawaii made better. But the truth is, Hawaii was never a project. It was a thriving, self-sufficient kingdom, far ahead of its time. It never needed saving, only respect for what it already was. My experience in Hawaii was truly one that touched my soul. Everywhere I went, I was treated with nothing but warmth, care, and a sense of community that feels so different from this individualistic society I grew up with on the mainland. As someone who grew up in the US education system, I barely remember learning anything about Hawaii. I mean, I remember covering European history significantly more than Hawaii's. But the few times Hawaii was brought up, they portrayed it as though the US liberated the islands by bringing democracy and statehood. But Hawaii was already a sovereign kingdom with its own government, culture, language, and deeply rooted values long before annexation. The paradise we see Hawaii as today was not created by America. It exists because of Hawaiian people, culture, and community values that survived despite colonization, militarization, mass tourism, and displacement. And today, many Native Hawaiians are still being pushed out of their own home by rising costs, overdevelopment, and an economy built more for tourists and the military than for local families. At the end of the day, I'm not Hawaiian, nor have I ever even lived there, so it is not my place to offer a solution. But I do stand in solidarity with Hawaiian people, and I believe Native Hawaiian voices should be centered in the conversations about the future of the islands. So if anyone from Hawaii is watching this, please let us know how we can support you respectfully, whether that means supporting local businesses, learning more about Hawaiian history, boycotting certain industries, changing the way we travel and engage with the islands, or even using our platforms to amplify local voices. As for Timo and Auntie Connie, they truly do not deserve to be in the position they're in. These larger issues become real when families are separated and struggle just to stay connected to each other and to their home. So I'm starting a GoFundMe. My goal is to at least help with transportation so Auntie Connie can at least see Timo more often, and hopefully also contribute towards a more stable housing support so they can spend more time together again. Family is such an important part of Hawaiian culture, and I just want to do what I can to help keep theirs together. Anything helps, whether it's $5, $100, or even just sharing this video. And even if you can't donate, thank you so much for listening and just being willing to learn.